you been, man?
Good, brother. Just been putting music out. Just putting, getting some things together, you know, like making sure the legacy is stamped in, man. Hard work. Just came back from Atlanta at John Robinson's album release party. Just grinding, getting ready for the new release, June 7th. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we doing.
Deacon Strange on the mix, WKCR. This is across 110th Street. What can I do for you? How you doing?
My water at, huh?
You know, it's been a long time. I feel like I'm a stranger up in here. It's been a couple of months, I think.
How about Japan?
You know how it
Peace.
is. You know how they do
Japan,
me up here.
what's going on? You know? Always loved the Japan.
We
back out
had
there
so
with
many
Very soon.
preemptions and birthday celebrations. So I'm
Almighty.
like, you know what? I can
What's
use
going
the
on,
break.
beloved? I'm in the future. No, it's all good. You could. It's all good. That's why it's all live. Live shit's happening.
Yeah, you know me.
Yo, we up
You know
at
how I
where we at?
take advantage of the break
WKCR.org.
Mom is doing
89.9 tune in. You know, if you on internet, what is it? WKCR?
Yeah.
WKCR.org. If you on, let me just put it in this shit. Hold on.
No, still grinding. Still on the grind.
WKCR.
Yeah. I live on ramen noodles and grilled cheese. You know how it is.
.org.
His Instagram is Strange Deacon, like regular Strange. I don't remember.
Deacon, like Deacon Strange or Strange Deacon. Hold on.
Like strong.
It's been crazy and then
Deacon
work.
Just
so,
push it and then you'll
it's
see his shit.
crazy. But I think we're good for preemptions for a while. So, you know, yeah, I think we're good for now. A lot of people have been hitting me up and saying, "Am I even coming back?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm coming back. It's just, you know,
It's good, beloved.
With the show, and you know, they got to do these birthday celebrations.
You know, we live up here and say this to everybody that's tuning in.
I know, and I think the last time I was here is when we were doing the fundraiser for WKCR. Yeah, and that was a minute ago. So yeah. We did okay. The biggest grossing day, as you can guess, was Saturday. So we did okay. We you know, between the reggae show, myself, and the blues show, we pulled it together in a clinch. The next fundraiser? That's a good question. I mean, you can always donate money, but I don't know when the next fundraiser is gonna be. It might be next year.
I'm just hitting everybody fucking right.
Yeah, we almost didn't make it, but you know, yeah.
Oh, the great Martin Casa.
No doubt. I appreciate it.
Alright, whoever. Yeah, definitely soon, yo. Yo, Pete, what's the science, beloved? Jamil, yo.
Likewise.
That joint you got, you and Preem is crazy. So yeah, we definitely gonna get busy together soon.
All right.
You already know, Lord. We'll boomerang. I'm gonna boomerang you my math and shit, so you can get me in tune and shit. P, what's happening? 169 Fulton Street. Wild Kids from a Fulton.
Yeah, man. The last time we was up in here, man, it was before the pandemic.
It was on that side too, right? It was down there. That's why I walked down there first. I didn't know where we was. You know what I mean?
Everybody who was part of that, man, they was dying to get back in here for a while.
Right.
And so for a minute, they wasn't even allowing like alumni programmers back in. So you either had to be a student or just somebody who worked here as a staff member. So they was doing remote programming for like, I want to say, maybe like almost 2 years, right? Like people would record it and then they put it on the computer and broadcast it out. But it was terrible, man. Because sometimes people wouldn't send in shows, or the computer would mess up, and it would be like dead air for like hours. You know what I'm saying? And we get fined from the FCC for dead air.
Because you have to be. Yeah.
It has to be
something.
Has to be something. So it was bad, man. And then I think early February of last year, they had started letting people physically come back in.
Right.
But it was a mess, man. It was a mess. And then about a couple months ago, they was doing the big fundraiser here, man. Like we was begging people for money and shit. It was crazy, man. So this I don't know, man. It's you see the shoestring budget we're running on, man. This board is older than me, I think, and I'm 47.
Yeah,
so
it's all good. You're here.
Yeah, it's all good.
It's about being present in the moment. You know what I mean?
No doubt.
My man Deacon Strange. You know what I'm saying? Here with me, doing it. My brother Gift. You already know.
Peace. I like that shirt.
Oh yeah, man. You know. We modern day. You know how my philosophy is. Modern day jazz musicians, man, and jazz is heavy influential to my everything. You know what I'm saying?
See.
Coltrane is he's sort of like one of the great teachers. Not sort of. He is one of the great teachers, but in the musical aspect, how he took from where he was to the spiritual aspect of it. And then as his wife Alice Coltrane, as she kept the initiate. You know, I mean, she became a master too. Yeah. She allowed him to be a master. She's very important to his story.
I don't think we've seen anybody musically like Coltrane maybe since Coltrane. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
There's been like a few people who have kind of like pushed the music along, but I don't know, man. Like it seems like Coltrane might have been one of the last ones to.
For me, it's I strive to do it like instrument and music catalog. So if you talk about saxophone, then you say Archie Shepp. For me, you go Archie Shepp, Coltrane, Jackie McLean.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? You're going down that way. If you're saying trumpet, then you're saying, of course, you're saying Louis Armstrong first.
Right.
And then for me. But then I'll say Clifford Brown.
What about Dizzy?
Yeah, but I'm talking about like
over Dizzy?
Because for me, because Clifford Brown's story was so like this. You know, he died before all of them. He died when they was young. Him and Dizzy was like this. Then Dizzy. Then Miles. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then you go to saxophone, even though Bird was before all of them, Charlie Parker, but it still goes in that aspect of how you like it. But so Dizzy and Charlie Parker are the forefathers of all their styles though. Miles, all of them. He taught them all hard bop, but they all took it. So that's where hip hop is at in its degree, like, you know what I'm saying? Like where we at, how we at, and who's the innovators to inspire somebody else.
Yeah, but hip hop is oof. Alright, man. Be safe. You taking the train back home or you riding with Carter? Okay. Yo.
Ray West, what's the word? My knowledge seed. Peace, Najee. Love you, baby.
Take care, brother.
Peace, yo.
All right. Alright.
Be here next week.
Casa, what's the word?
I think it's Ayana, and then after. Yeah.
They stay doing you dirty, bro.
We getting ready to get this interview started. I'm up here just building. We building off the radio with my brother Deacon right now. We gonna tap into a whole lot of different projects, but make sure right now you go to my bio after we done. Make sure you check Indigenous Woman. Peace. Make sure you check the new videos out. Thoughts Become Things. The Arrival is out. New album dropping June 7th. Maroons. You gonna check that. We gonna talk about some things. Got my brother with me. You know what I'm saying? Like what? Know what I mean? Of course, Ray. Ray, what's up? This Giphy right here. I don't know.
Ray, what up, man? Nah, we ain't never.
Yeah, I don't know if you ever met.
Yeah,
Did peace. Ray West, what we doing this summer, man? What we doing this year, Ray? I'm ready, brother. I'm in New York. I'm ready to come record at Red Apple Studios in the Bronx. Real quick before we go anywhere else, Ray West is definitely one of the most underrated producers, production in hip hop. Let's just talk about that. Not because we got, how many albums we got together, Ray? 3? But not just because of that, because of his staple. A lot of people bit from his staple. He gave Rock Mars one of his first, him and Kyle, one of their first big records. He done a surplus of different albums with the iconic AG, you know what I'm saying? Like, so love to my brother Ray West, Red Apple 45 family, you know what I'm saying? You know how we do, beloved.
One sec.
Okay.
Shouts out to Lisa from Hempstead. You know what it is.
C.I. Damn, they died again? Oh shit, I unplugged it. Where this go at?
Look below. There should be a. You should see. Yeah.
That's it.
That's to show you how old this equipment is.
Yo, I ain't seen one of those in centuries.
Yo.
I'm on.
A couple months ago, we was doing a fundraiser, man, and it was like we barely made it, right?
Right.
Most of the people who contribute money to WKCR is like the people who listen to the classical stations,
Yeah.
the people who listen to the jazz stations. But since Phil Schaff passed away, like a lot of donators kind of fell off, because Phil Schaff was like the you know, he was like the lifeblood of this radio station, man. He's been here since the 60s.
Two Guns, what's up? Left Guns.
So we made it in the clinch, man. But the Saturday show, like I was telling Homegirl on the phone, like between the reggae show on Saturday and between like across 110th Street, that day I was here, and other shows, we had our biggest collection day, right? So we made it, but it's like you could see this equipment, man. Like,
well, university definitely need to be upgraded, like, but. You know what? I train myself to think, yo. I train myself to think about not what is what, not what you don't want to happen, or the. Like, yo, you on the radio, you got equipment. You know what I'm saying? Like, you adding on for the culture, even if it's in the whole minute aspect of it. You still doing the best you can with what you can.
Yeah.
So,
yo, I was hoping that they would upgrade this place and just let me have this. You know what I'm saying? Yo, right. I'll take this home.
Word up.
You know, but
do your show from home.
Yo, what? But yeah, man, it is what it is, man. WKCR has been here.
It look better than Rutgers.
Hell yes. Rutgers radio is hell on earth.
Oh, word?
Yes.
That's just 1922.
Word?
So and then they treat it like it's like we had some superb. You gotta fill all this shit.
Paperwork.
You know what I mean? Like,
we had a couple issues up there.
Definitely had to get busy in there before. But you know, that's just what it was.
Yo, everybody has been dying. Like everybody from the Uptown Anthem show, man. They wanna do the show again.
Yes, man, that's like, necessary though, brother.
I know, man. But yo, that 1 a.m. to 5 a.m. hour, bro.
It's serious, yo. Especially if you got some shit to do the next day.
Bro, you know what I used to do, man? And keep in mind, I'm in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
And this is when, I got rid of my car since the pandemic, but I was going to school here at the time, man. Mm-hmm. And I would drive here to make it to the show from 1 a.m. to 5 a.m. If I had class that day, I would just sleep here and then wake up and go to class. Like sleep in the back, go to class. But when I wasn't in class, I would have to drive back to Brooklyn, maybe get like an hour nap, walk my dog, and get up and go to work.
Well, you was in East New York?
No, I'm in Flatbush.
Oh, you're in Bush, okay. Yeah.
That was crazy, man.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest with you, man. I don't know if I
have that.
Yeah.
I mean, you did see that's how that you transcend the legacy though, because you put that work in to do that, right? Now somebody underneath you should be who got them young legs to do that type of shit. See?
They not the young legs here ain't trying to hit.
Yeah.
Yo, so a lot of the student programmers here and department heads, they live here on campus or live close enough to campus, man.
Right.
I used to beat them coming in from Brooklyn.
Who's doing the shows? You in tune with who throwing shows this year? Like outside, like performance shows in Brooklyn this year? There's mad festivals coming up. Bushwick Festival coming up.
Sure. A lot of stuff, and especially now that the weather is,
about to crack open.
We approaching, like we basically in summer, know. So it's gonna be a lot of stuff, man. I just, yeah, man. I would have to really think about doing the show again, man.
If it makes sense for you to do it, then But if it doesn't make sense, if it's more tedious, then it's helpful. But that's anything in this culture what we doing, because again, I refer back to the jazz musicians. Like, you think they knew 60 years later we'd be even having a conversation with their name right in the room?
Nah.
Because it's the work they put in. I'm sure there's hours and days they're like, fuck this, I don't want to do this shit no more. But they ain't got no choice.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure they wouldn't have imagined. Like, who could imagine that? You know what I'm saying? Who could imagine
60 years in that?
Yeah.
But you have to understand the science of legacy. That's what they were doing it for. The damn sure wasn't. Blue Note Records was only paying Miles and Chet Baker, and only a couple selected musicians were really getting cash through, right?
Yeah.
So they were doing it because A, they didn't have a choice. They loved it, right? And then for legacy, it's the same size as an independent hip hop artist. You know what I mean?
But you think Coltrane was like, yo, 60 years from now, there's gonna be some heads in Japan just vibing on what I do. You think he could see that?
No.
Nah.
I don't think he's seen it, but I think some it's spiritual. So when you in the spirit of music, right? Because remember, we literally pulling some shit out the cosmos that's not even here and bringing it down to us, right? So wherever that source we're taking from, you return to. But who can say the longevity of that source?
Yeah.
Or where does it really kick in? It's like this shit is like musical puberty. Like, it just happens when it happens. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yo, because I'm friends with a lot of Japanese cats, man. And
they love us over there.
Jazz heads,
oh yeah, they love it.
Is they on some real?
When we was on tour over there, from every aspect of music, especially jazz, hip hop. My one friend said he learned how to speak Buddha Monk. My man Buddha Monk, who I did the albums with, Fly Emperor 1 and 2 with. He told me the way he learned to speak English was from Soul Train.
Yo, that's wild.
Because you remember there was an embargo on Japan from USA and you know what I'm saying? There was no, so they only had certain channels that they can really, and it was later. So they was getting 80s hip hop while we was already or 70s hip. Exactly. Right. So they eating that up. You know what I'm saying?
So what's up?
Word up.
Yo, when we do the mic breaks, I wanna talk about that.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yo, that's quick, yo.
Klypto, what's happening, Lord? Klypto, Young Jedi.
He had he produced. What's my man? He used to be down with D Block.
Klypto? Oh, J Hood.
J Hood.
Yeah.
He produced his
J
album.
Hood. But he produced that. He produced that Clark Connoisseurs 1, Clark Connoisseurs 2, multiple joints by Eloh and Preem Singular. He also Klypto did Live from the Whirlwind EP, my whole EP. Then he doing Clark Connoisseurs 3, right? You know what I'm saying? What the fuck we doing, Lord?
He produced that track that Leave You Quiet, and that was him.
Klypto did. That was on part 1, right? Mm-hmm. Yo, make sure y'all tune in. Make sure y'all checking it out. Of course, we are live on WKCR.org. You could be here right now and stay in the live and see it, or you can turn on the radio and see it. We just doing what we do. We live, you know what I'm saying? Vibrations is good. Getting it in. Gift 99. Just doing everything full circle, God. You know what I mean?
Quad Kingsway.
Oh yeah, my brother Glory got his cold line out. G5, we repping you. Quad on this shit, he on the live too, I think. Quad, what up? Peace.
Yo, who you think are the illest jazz fans in the world? Everywhere you've been in the world, who you think got the illest jazz heads?
Well, I would say definitely Japan. I would definitely say Belgium.
Say a word.
I would definitely say London, because a lot of the great jazz musicians and R&B musicians, when they was getting segregated here, so let's just go one specifically. Monk. Let's talk about Monk. When Monk lost his cabaret card and Miles lost his cabaret card, they went to Paris. They went to Paris and London, and they were treated like
regular,
beyond regular people. They were treated like the iconic beings that they are.
Say a word, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because the music, so even Howlin' Wolf, when he switched to R&B and blues, his whole moniker, his whole style was duplicated by the Rolling Stones, who took their name comes from Muddy Waters. He has a song called Rolling Stone, you know what I'm saying? And he talks about that, and the Rolling Stones took that name as a homage to him.
Yeah.
And one of Keith, what's his guy's name? Keith Richards.
Yeah.
He paid homage to Muddy Waters by never, like, when he got in old age, Muddy Waters, all that shit was paid for by him, Keith Richards. Like, he didn't pay for a lot of different things. Got him gigs, paid him top dollar, he even did a whole album with Muddy Waters and never really, some of it came out, but he paid him top dollar just to sit in the sessions. But he was, because he was on Cadillac Records.
Yeah.
No bueno.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, public. So it's like, yo, we talking about Jim Crow era. I pull up and giving you a Cadillac. I'm giving you $10,000, and them times it's probably like 250 G's and shit, right? And then you find out you make all these great records, and then where am I getting paid from? You might do a show, they're doing shows on the quote unquote chitlin circuit, but you're not getting none of that money.
They just killed my live.
Well, why?
Music.
Oh.
Yeah, if you try to stream like a long block of like not uncopyrighted, but copyrighted music, they will kill it.
They be on my ball sack, bro.
So I can't even, when I post up to Mixcloud, I gotta be careful because I can't have 4 songs from one artist, and you can't play a whole album, and you can't play more than 3 songs from one artist. If you do, they won't even let you upload this shit.
Yeah, that's the shit that's even crazy too. Who are they to say what?
They own it.
I know, but do they? Do they really own your property and shit?
They sold their right.
That's a great convo too, though.
That shit must have looked like. I'm just tripping off what you said, man. Jim Crow era, pulling up.
And the brand you actually you're sharecropping. You're in the field.
Yeah.
You're actually in the field with a mule and a damn, what's that shit called, God?
Like the wheelbarrow.
Yeah, but it's like agriculture. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Tilling the soil. And somebody pulls up in a Cadillac and says, "Hey, I'm gonna record you, and I'm gonna take you out of here." You're not worried about royalties and publishing that their children, grandchildren living off right now. So Muddy Waters is 80 years old, 70 years old, 60 years old. He's broke in the aspect of how big his name is. Yeah, but Keith Richards and those guys come and take you back to London where you're celebrated, and you can't, we may be able to, we may be able to go into a show, but we can't even eat. We gotta go through the side door. We gotta, that shit is.
Yeah, I think Keith Richards was one of the only ones who really kept it real like that. 'Cause I don't think Eric Clapton kept it real.
Wow.
I don't think Jimmy Page and Robert Plant kept it real like that.
Nah.
You know, and they stole their
Tons
whole...
of... Absolutely. Led Zeppelin? Absolutely.
Their whole shit is...
Well, the guitar, Jimmy, is that Jimmy Page?
Jimmy Page.
No, I can definitely say Jimmy Page was paying homage to, he's another one paying homage to, Muddy Waters.
Okay.
And because that riff, that, that shit come from, I can't say his name right now, but it's a prior artist. But they took that, but they definitely paid, you know what I'm saying, paid a lot of, I mean, for instance, they wouldn't even, in London one time, in America one time, there was a show at the Coliseum, or somewhere, they didn't want to let them play, like let a great band play, and they, you know what I'm saying, it's like, yo, we can't play, no one's playing. They definitely love Otis Redding, they definitely love, so, you know.
Gotta do some slaving here for you, B. I know.
Yo, now listen, Steve Arrington is the fucking... Steve Arrington? Come on, man.
So what you play? All this?
Yeah, so for this show, this show is called Across 110th Street after the Bobby Womack song.
Absolutely.
So, me personally, I try to play like 70s funk and soul, 80s funk and soul, rare groove stuff that you might not necessarily just be able to turn on a radio station and hear.
Absolutely. He was. Yeah, man.
Deacon Strange on the mix. What can I do for you?
Jimmy Page, he paid homage to Coltrane too. Coltrane was a scientist and a master of a lot of different things, you know what I mean? So
It is. It absolutely is. Yo, the king, man. The king is back. Long live the king. Where you been, man?
Live on the Blood Ross Radio.
Likewise, man. It's been a long time. I think the last time I was up here was for the fundraiser, man. That was it.
We about to get busy soon, y'all. Just stay tuned. Stay telling people. I know it's Saturday. I know it's beautiful outside, yo. Stay tuned.
Yo,
deep shit
our biggest collection day. Our biggest collection day was that Saturday. Now, I don't, oh shit. Oh, this is funny. Yo, Joe B, you still there? Yeah. The cable came out of the phone, let's just show you.
This shit is a multi-million-dollar restaurant, right? I mean, University. She got
the
like
reggae show before me,
Fisher
myself,
Price,
and the blues show.
We
made 20 grand that day, man. 20 grand, and that was our biggest collection day. So, we made it. We came through in a clinch, but yeah, man, that was hard, man. Cause we almost,
again, the new. I know we at the radio station. We're doing promo, but again, the new record.
Well, they are very
Maroons, June 7th.
Shabatan,
Eloh Kush, and also new videos out. The Arrival. New videos out.
How you been, man?
Thoughts Become Things.
You got a shout out coming your way.
A long night last night. I'm here.
Okay.
That's what it's about. It's the grind, man. Like there's 100,000 reasons I couldn't have not came, but I stuck to the one reason I needed to be here. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, I called the God. God said, "We out." So I'm out.
Yep. So I am back, brother.
Yeah, I am. Independent artists, man. You gotta
stay tuned,
make sure
man. You gotta shout out.
You stick it out when it ain't. What's up,
likewise, man. Likewise.
Iman, what's up, family? Watson boys, love you, G. Shout out my cousin Iman. Love you, G. My big little cousin. Too bad he ain't an Eagles fan. He's a Minnesota fan. I'm wearing y'all colors today, but I ain't. I'm wearing Coltrane. Royalty. You know what I mean, God? You know why I'm wearing those? Look, check it out. I'm wearing this because they go with these. What the fuck? Oh. You heard?
Yo, that site you got, Nubia, that's your joint?
Well, I'm the brand ambassador for that company. It's my company, I'm branded clothing line. Anytime you go on there, you go to the check, we got some stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? We got some stuff there. Worldwide, Nubia is a line that's called Fashion by the Gods. It's our moniker. And let's talk about all that on the radio too, though, Lord. But yeah, anytime you go on there, you go to the site, put Eloh Kush in the checkout. Nice discount for you. You know what I'm saying? We also have 99 attributes, the brother line too, right here. Flag. You know what I'm saying? The hat. The entrepreneuses. You know what I mean?
See.
Love. Yeah, man, it's important. So, like we were saying, it was definitely important for what you do here, even though, and you can see it. You see how the universe is like popping up little calls here and there. Oh, you on? Yeah. I don't know the extent of your convo, but I can see they like, yo, you back.
We had a bunch of so anytime they got like a birthday of a key kind of musician, they'll preempt the whole day to just play music for that one person, right? So it just so happens. So I do this show with another person, a female. So we rotate. I do this week, she does the next, and so on, so on, so on.
Right.
And it just so happened on the weeks that I was on, we've been preempted with birthday celebrations.
Right.
So I think the last time I was in here was April. April. It's been a while. But really, this is just my launching pad just to get like local DJ gigs and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
To be honest, like this is cool, but you know, getting up here every Saturday is I do it because I love it. You know what I'm saying? I do it because the passion.
Right.
And I love doing it, man. But it's
heavy.
It is a little bit, man.
Yo, you know,
slot.
This 12 to 2 p.m. 12 to 2. And they have another funk and soul show called Night Train, which I think is like Wednesday night, but that's like 1 a.m. to 5 a.m. And again, I you know, that's
rough.
That's hard for, because I don't have a car anymore. I can't even see doing that, man. Because I was driving up here for the hip hop show. You try to get here at 1 o'clock in the morning, man. Yo, good luck. Them trains.
Peace, nephew.
Them trains are no joke at that hour.
Steve Arrington. No, Steve Arrington. Yo, we have a
shout out to my man Joe V.
Hungry, right?
I had great food in the car. That shit came through perfect like that.
No way. You open that, I'm gonna die.
Alright, y'all want to take a mic break in a few?
You ready? Let's do it. We can do it right now.
Oh, it is basically mine.
What?
See where the break is.
I know I'm hungry. I want some seafood. We should go. Yo,
That's
you went to
supposed to be too.
Huh?
So one of the best seekers in New York.
In Harlem, right? Yo, didn't we go to you went to Sweet Chick with us before, right?
Famous fish market.
Nas' restaurant. You never came with us there? They got one in Brooklyn and in Manhattan. See how far from actually. Just a touch.
Right here. WKCR FM 89.9 on the dial and WKCR.org on the World Wide Web. Check us out, WKRHD1. It's your man, Deacon Strange, on the mix, and you are now in tune to Across 110th Street. I have a very special guest in the house, my man, Eloh Kush. Let me turn y'all mics up.
Yeah. Turn me up. Yes, crystal.
Okay.
How you doing, brother?
Thank you for coming, man. It's been a long time. So for everyone out there that may not know, me and Eloh go back before the pandemic when I was doing Uptown Anthem Radio, WKCR's underground hip-hop radio show, and that's when I had the pleasure of meeting you. Introduce yourself too, brother, if you wanna get on, man. I don't know if you...
Peace.
All right.
I'm Giffy the God.
All right.
Giffy the God.
So, yeah, man, it's been a long time since I've seen you, man, and we've been talking about you coming up here, man, and I know you to be like just a prolific artist yourself, hip-hop artist. You're a jazz head, you're all around music head, all around dude. So just speak on it, man. Let me know what you're into and how you enjoying the show.
First of all, thank you for the platform. You know, I'm up here, by the graces of you having, keeping the art form and keeping your station alive. We've been, it's good to see you. The pandemic tried to throw a monkey wrench in us, you know what I mean? But we're here, you know what I mean? It's a long time coming, and just being a creative in these days and times, and being, a person who has perseverance through all the things that's going on, like yourself and everything else. Is just great to be here today. I praise this day, man,
Likewise, man. So it's interesting because we are on, of course, across 110th Street, which is
Bobby Womack.
The one and only.
The one and
only. And of course, the movie. Yaphet Kotto.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Yeah. So, on Across 110th Street, I like to play, the rare groove, funk and souls. Definitely the 70s is the core, 80s as well. But, that rare groove stuff that you may not necessarily be able to to a radio station in here. Now, of course, the last few joints we heard were a little more on the popular side, but I've definitely got some real heat biscuits coming your way, some underground joints that are some of my favorites. That when I prepare for the show, I just dig through the crates, man, and try to find things that I haven't either haven't listened to in a long time, or I'm pretty sure that people haven't heard, but. As far as funk, soul, R&B, that kind of thing, let me know, man. Who are some of the ones that stand out the most to you, that you enjoy listening to the most?
So we Cadillac babies, guys. So and stinking Lincoln babies, man. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Some of the influences that we didn't quite overstand was Saturday morning cleanup music. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I say that to say, of course, Sly and the Family Stone.
Yes.
Of course, Slave. The artistry of Earth, Wind, and Fire album covers.
Yes.
Not knowing, Parliament, Heat Wave, Brass Construction, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, all those great sounds.
Yeah.
Tower of Power, you know what I'm saying? Like, the average white band, you know what I'm saying? Doobie Brothers, whatever.
No doubt.
You know what I mean?
I think it's funny you mentioned album covers, man, because it does seem like
peace.
It does seem like we're in an era of, the music that's coming out. It's not not all of it, of course some of it still can be, but it's not visually appealing as it used to be. And what I mean by that is just sometimes you were in a record store and you just saw the cover of an album.
Which translates to Paul himself, but that translates into my artistry right now. Those albums didn't, you may have not known what was actually what it sounded like, but the artwork was magnetic to you.
Right.
So as an independent artist, it's the same science. Like I strive to have artwork that makes you pick up and like, what is this?
Right.
I got it. You know what I'm saying?
Earth, Wind, and Fire covers
were comedic science, high science,
beyond anything.
High science. They were look at their name, Earth, Wind, and Fire. You know, talking about the elements.
Parliament Funk. The album covers were just beyond. I could definitely say as a kid, and I talk about this a lot on the show because, like you, my mom and my dad would be cleaning up the house Saturday morning, and it would be music. It would be music, clean up the house. After that, we watch Soul Train, we watch Kung Fu movies.
Channel 5, absolutely.
But
Godzilla.
Godzilla movies, right.
Yeah.
So, but that cleanup music, man, and just seeing my mom and pop's album covers and seeing the reaction from them, like how the music made them move and how they reacted and how they interacted with us with the music.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
It was a magical time, man.
Absolutely.
It was a magical time. All right,
Absolutely.
so you said Slave. You said Sly and the Family Stone.
Very influential. We'll say Parliament, right?
Yeah.
Parliament. I said definitely like Joe Crocker.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Santana, of course.
Yes, sir.
There's a lot of blues mixed in there too.
Howlin' Wolf, like. So I know we're talking about funk bands in 80, but those are all predecessors to the sound, you know.
Right.
So
right.
Who else off the head? Like definitely. I gotta say the OJs. I mean, I know they wasn't really funk in the sense. Bootsy, of course.
Yeah.
James Brown, of course.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no limitation to the sound, how it goes up and down. You know what I'm saying? Like, because even the quote unquote R&B groups had a funky groove in there. Like, One Way is one of my favorite. You know what I'm saying? One Way, the Cutie Pie is their,
of course,
their known hit. But if you really, divulge into their actual catalog, you'll hear joints that's off the Richter. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I wonder, man. I often wax nostalgic about this era, because it's an era that I grew up in. It's an era that I think impacted just my brain waves the most and my life the most. And it was always the music. My parents worked nights, so it was just me and my brothers at home, and we had stacks and stacks and stacks of my parents' albums, and nothing else to do in Flatbush, Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? So we were fortunate in the sense that we had this wealth of music, man, that would, I don't think I knew it then, but this wealth of music that would stay with me forever. You know what I'm saying?
Seeds planted, right? Like, so subconsciously, you probably didn't always like that music. Like, it was your stuff, but it was planted in you, and you knew, because it was live instrumentation on those albums, right? And different things that were, it invoked a certain feeling, like a certain song. Like, of course, like, so we hear the Sledge Sisters, right? We Are Family, right?
Right.
That's cookout music. That's your cousins coming from somewhere.
Yeah.
Memories instantly that come on, right? And we grew up like, so if I hear certain like Ohio Player records, right? I can remember my mom and them in the room twisting up, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's when we had to go to the back room, you know what I'm saying? Like we had to go to the room and we couldn't be in there, but we know
the adult
time,
party,
the adult time, exactly. Right. But it's still what it was, and it's still like it's still a very important part of my musical journey. You know what I'm saying? So.
Right. Yeah, and I mentioned earlier in the show that we lost one of the greats.
Oh, yeah.
One of the greats, Tina Turner. Who unfortunately was battling some illness for some time, man. But even that, man. So Tina Turner is, of course, her beginning was way before my time.
Correct.
But her return was right on time. Right on time.
Hot Tracks.
Right, Hot Tracks,
remember?
MTV.
All that.
Hot Tracks.
Hot Tracks was
wow.
Hot Tracks. When I think of Hot Tracks, the first two people that comes to my mind, Tina Turner, right?
Yeah.
What's Love Got to Do with the video? Yes. And Billy Ocean.
Yo,
right?
The Caribbean Queen.
Those two. I mean, there was a multitude.
And Lionel Richie.
And New Edition.
New Edition.
Right? Remember, I can remember being on Townsend Street watching this with my sisters, watching Hot Tracks, watching, Peanut Butter and Jelly, sitting on the floor watching videos, Michael Jackson.
Tracks,
but remember, Tina Turner was ruling that. Before she went to MTV, she was the queen of that. Right. I remember that comb in her hair. Remember that comb and that wild hair?
Right.
But give credit, a lot of people, when we talk about funk, right, we talk about these different things. Of course, we have to give credit to like brothers like Ike Turner, even though his domestic skills, everybody has their own demons, whatever.
Right.
But musically, light years.
Light years
ahead. Light years.
Yo, it's funny you mentioned Hot Tracks, man, because I think Hot Tracks was the first video show I remember. It was the predecessor I know it was before Video Music Box.
Right.
It was before Donnie Simpson's
Absolutely.
BET. Yeah, it was before all
and
that.
It was the first accessible regular Channel 5. It came on Channel 5.
Right.
And so it was that, then it was Karate Flicks going,
right.
Then Godzilla or whatever was going on Saturday. But that was one of the first unifications. Like we seen us on TV in the aspect of like, yo, you can do this.
Right.
Especially seeing New Edition. Like my sister, God rest her soul, my sister Nicole, she loved New Edition.
Yo.
You know what I mean? Like,
let me tell you something.
Posters on the wall. You know what I mean?
It's funny we having this conversation. Shouts out to my aunt Deborah, who I think two people that I know for a fact she was out of her mind in love with. Definitely New Edition of the group.
Right.
And Prince. I think just during that time, I think that's all she knew, and it was the same thing.
Right.
Posters on the wall
right.
from Right On magazine.
What you put underneath the mattress so they wouldn't wrinkle up.
Yeah.
They put on a thing. Yeah, I'm of this. You know what I mean? I'm of this right here.
Wow, what a magical time that was, man. Shouts out to Tina Turner, who, yeah, definitely, you're right. She was one of the first early black faces seeing on video outlets, music video
man. She
outlets.
had the big hair.
Yeah, the big hair.
And
Michael Jackson too.
Absolutely.
I think female-wise, it would have had to have been Tina Turner, who was the first I remember seeing
on TV like that. Not necessarily breaking the barrier of original or aboriginal women because because Tina Turner is of Native ancestry. You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
Her people's the Chiricahua, the Cherokees. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I'm saying that to say that there was people, Mahalia Jackson, people, all that, but they didn't hit that spot. She was in the right spot at the right time.
Right.
And if you look back on that, knowing about Tina Turner, just giving her a couple seconds of light more, like if you think about Tina Turner in that time frame, she was in transition. You know, she was coming out of that hell into that right. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
So salute to the queen. She's immortal. You know, she's immortal.
Shouts out to Tina Turner, man. Shouts out to all of the musicians who definitely paved the way for us to be able to see that it was possible and that it could be done, and that people, that looked like us, coming on a hope and a prayer could make it and
actually
did make it,
right.
And actually did do it, man. We're going to get back into the music, man. I'm in here, WKCR, chopping it up with my man Eloh Kush, who I haven't seen in a long time. And it feels great to be able to chop it up again and just vibe on these magical memories that affected us all, apparently. It hit us all in a certain way, and it just shaped our lives, shaped our musical ears, shaped what we would come to think of the world and how we would see the world, man. And so for me personally, it is definitely this funk and soul, man. I could not be here doing what I'm doing if it wasn't for my parents' unlimited stacks of albums.
Records.
Here to be unlimited to us. It just, as a little kid, as a 5-year-old, 6-year-old kid, you're looking at a bookshelf full of albums, and it looks like a building.
Right,
it looks like
right.
a tower.
It's actually a time portal.
Right.
It's actually a time portal.
Right. So we're gonna get back into the music. Let them know where they can find you.
Yo, Eloh Kush, everywhere. My main real estate is www.elohkush.com. You can check all my albums, my books, tour dates, everything there. Twitter, Eloh Kush, Instagram, Eloh Kush, and check us out there. You know what I'm saying? That's where you can find us.
And I'm digging on your shirt, man. For those of y'all who may not know, Eloh is a deep jazz head too. So we've been building on that off air too. It's so much music that crosses paths here at WKCR. WKCR, of course, is a legendary time portal in itself. So just the amount of different music that has come through this station and through the airwaves, and it impacted people, and it's a pleasure for me to be here doing this. So without further ado, we're gonna get back into the music. This is Across 110th Street. I am Deacon Strange, and this is Funk and Soul. Let's go.
High said we had a Hot Tracks Records on George Street. Remember that?
Yeah. Actually, I do. Yo, we appreciate everybody.
High's got that history.
Tell God we see you in a little bit, God. I'm coming through. Deal with you in a little bit. Soon as we leave New Yiddy, God.
Highs?
Mm-hmm. Got Rufus and Shot Khan.
BPV experience.
What? What is it?
Are you on TikTok?
No way. I'm in Mars.
No TikTok.
You George, Lion Order, Wagwan Roots. My brother, you George in Atlanta, man. Every time I show up in Atlanta, you George, El Sun, they there for me, yo. Love you, G. Word is bond, love you, G. What's that? That's Facebook?
You don't love me, boy.
How can I help you?
I'm just playing. Peace, God. Yeah. She said we family, love y'all.
Peace. Family. I don't know, but
Brother, let me say I
thank you,
appreciate you from the bottom of my being, man. Let me what's your name and where you calling from?
Word up. Appreciate that. Stay live, man. Stay listening. Share the
Robert
show.
from Bed-Stuy.
Do
You
or
got a
die.
shout out coming your way, man.
Do
I'll
or
definitely
die.
let the family know that you appreciate the conversation. We appreciate it too, man. I wish we, could get a bigger platform where we can discuss this kind of thing and just build. But yeah,
yo. Word is bond.
If you enjoying it, man, we
You
love
already
it.
know. You already know, Yui. Whatever we doing, I'm on both sides of the globe. Yo, make sure y'all tune in. WKCR.org, 89.9. You get the show live, or you just stay on here live with us. But Thoughts Become Things video
Thank
right
you,
now
brother.
out on YouTube.
Thank you. You got
Go
a
to
big
elohkush.com.
shout out
Check that.
Oh, Aunt Maddie.
All right, brother. Stay tuned.
Hey, Auntie, what's happening?
All right. This brother said he was listening to the conversation we had, and he said he appreciated it because it reminded him of conversations he used to have back in the days with his boys and stuff like that.
Nah, that was deep. Y'all
and
went
the,
in.
And
Y'all
the
was
range
going
of
in.
stuff we was talking about. See, man,
Y'all went in. I liked it that.
We going back on, right?
Yeah.
We're gonna divulge deeper.
Like
the science of vinyl, the science of
Yo.
whatever.
All right, let me get this shout out real quick.
Yo, my brother, man. You know, I'm coming to Vegas to check you, brother. Hope you feeling good. Congratulations. Proud of you out there on the radio too, man. You know what I'm saying? Life, you already know, wild, unpredictable nights on George Cameron Avenue. Heavy metal. So, proud of you, G, out there in Vegas. I'm coming to check you.
Shouts out to Robert from Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn. Peace and love to you, brother. Big shout out to you and yours. Everyone here in the studio appreciates the feedback. We love y'all. We love what we do. Stay tuned. Keep it locked right here to WKCR FM 89.9. And whatever you do, just be good to me.
He off, man.
ABC, God.
Peace to the God. Peace to the God.
ABC,
Peace,
God.
peace.
ABC, Allah be careful.
Word is bond. Yo, I'm
Y'all
coming.
be easy on that road, man.
Yeah, I'm coming down. I'm coming. As soon as I leave here, I'm coming to you.
Alright, word.
Where you at, on the side? You on the side?
What's good, good? What's going on, good?
You on the side, man? You across 27?
Yo, you already know, family.
Yeah, I'm across 27,
Instant-
man. I'm
instantly-
in Parkside right now.
Instantly love, man. You know, life.
I'm
You
over
know.
here in Parkside.
Make sure y'all check it, man.
You on
WKCR.org,
that
89
damn,
Tech 9.
moped?
Used to be, if you know 89.9, used to be 89 Tech 9 with Stretch and Bobito. I was up here. You know what I'm saying? But we live right here. Right now, my man Deacon Strange. You know what I'm saying?
Deacon
Check him out.
Strange on the mix.
Check Deacon
Is
Strange.
across 110 Street. How may I help
Word is bond, God. ABC, Lord.
Alright, one.
Peace.
Peace.
you? Yeah. What's up, fam?
We up here, man. You know, it's a non-stop grind.
Thank
You want to be
brother.
an
Thank
independent
you.
artist.
We
You
had a
can't
caller
just
who
be
called
behind
in
your
and said the
phone
same thing, man.
and
Listen, if
doing
you-
so. You gotta be
if
outside. You
love
gotta
it, you
touch
know
the people
you love it,
regardless
man.
to whom or what. Wherever you at, sound travels at what, God? 1,000.
1120.
You know what I mean? So that means we gotta be everywhere as you can, anywhere.
Apparently, we live the same life,
Do
man,
what we
'cause,
gotta
Saturday
do to get
mornings,
your music out, because
I
just
think that
recording
was
the
just
music ain't
universal
enough.
thing to
You know what I'm
do.
saying?
Clean
Just
up,
and
listen to
putting it on
records,
SoundCloud
watch
or
Kung Fu Movie,
YouTube.
watch Soul Train,
You have to water the
repeat.
plant. You have to come out into this field and nurture the seed so they can grow properly. You know what I'm saying? That's what the science what we doing, man. Like, you know? Am I tired? Yes. Is this my purpose? Absolutely. Do I gotta walk in my purpose?
Where you calling from today, man?
Absolutely. You know what I mean?
Okay, from the BX, all right.
We don't give a. We go wherever, man. Push out.
Oh, say word. All right, word. I may swing through
Straight
there,
like
man.
that. Appreciate y'all staying in tune with us, though. Appreciate that.
Yo, say
Brother
word.
Gift
Okay,
here.
I might come through there, man. My girl wanted to know if I wanted to have dinner in the city, and I was like, yeah. But you know what? She lives by.
Peace, Queen.
She lives not too far from there, man. So we may swing through there, man. All right. Yo, you know you got a shout out coming your way, brother.
CC2.
Yo, stay tuned.
That
Keep it
CC2
locked right here.
with Bugsy.
We got a lot
Yeah,
more
man.
joints for you, man.
Yeah, yo. But guess what, Yui?
Yo, peace, God. All right.
CC3 is coming, yo.
All right.
Clock Connoisseur 3 is on his way. You know what I mean? What's jumping in the Bronx, man?
No, this is Kwame from the Bronx. He's in a drumming circle. He's gonna be playing later at Marcus Garvey Park.
In Harlem?
Yeah.
What time?
2:30 on.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
That might be
so
it.
my girl just texted me and she said she got done with her work earlier if I wanted to have dinner in the city. So I was like, yo, yeah, we might. So we may swing through there.
That's gonna be crazy up there today.
Shit. Yo.
That's gonna be dope.
Yeah.
We might be up in
Yeah.
Harlem.
That
today.
energy there is when it's good. Harlem is a strange place, man. But when the energy is good,
Yeah. Yeah, I like Harlem. You know, the gentrification is our fault anyway. But Harlem is still a mecca. It's a sacred place anyway.
it is.
You know
man.
what I'm saying? Like, so.
It is. There's a weird. I feel so. My girl lives on Lenox, man, and I got to admit, like whenever I come up, and I'm coming from Brooklyn,
Right.
Whenever I come into Harlem, man, it's hard, man, because there's a lot of fucking.
You change that? Move that?
There's a lot of hardship and tragedy in Harlem, right? Like
Absolutely.
our people been through it. Our people,
Especially
been
with
through it.
the purposeful eradication
You know what
of
I'm
drugs.
saying?
Drugs put there, like heroin.
Yo, you can see it. Like
Yeah.
you can see.
There's beauty in the decay. I did a song a while ago, first album called Angel Dust, and the song is called Beautiful Struggle. There's beauty in the struggle, and it's like just like Harlem. There's beauty in the
Yeah.
decay, because no matter how they try to decimate us, we still shine, yo. We
Yeah.
still shine, yo. We still.
Yo, so a couple of months ago, me and my girl went to the Speakeasy that Billie Holiday was discovered in. It's now called Bill's Place. When they bought that brownstone, they had no idea that it used to be
What she was doing right there.
Tilly's Chicken Shack,
Right.
And that's where Billie Holiday. It's still there, so they do live jazz like every weekend, man.
Really?
Yeah, so it's called Bill's Place. It's on 130.
They have an Instagram.
Yeah, they do. Just Bill's Place in
Bill's
Harlem.
Place. I'm up. Yo,
It's dope, man.
I can't get on the phone and do it right now, but I need to.
It's very dope.
Send me something, please, if you
got
can,
you.
so I can remember that. Like, 'cause I need to. Every weekend,
Yeah.
I need to be in there.
Yeah, and his wife wrote a book called Whitewashing the Ghost of Harlem or something like that. She talks about that whole history of all these speakeasies, like during the Prohibition, where alcohol was illegal, but when the party shut down,
That
downtown,
was the after party. Everybody came uptown.
uptown.
Absolutely.
Yo, it's a
Absolutely.
crazy deep history, man.
Yeah, man.
But it's
Art
like,
Tatum, all them used to be cutting heads. He called cutting heads at them parties and doing that
Son.
thing. Yeah.
So Billie Holiday is I haven't been in a while, man, but I used to visit her gravesite at St. Raymond's
Yeah,
like every
in the
year,
Bronx,
man.
right?
Yeah.
All the greats are up there.
All the greats
A
up
lot
there,
of the greats.
man.
Let me say a lot of the greats up there.
Yeah.
That's like you walk through there. You walking through. You talking about Summers and the ancestors up there, bro. So
Son.
my brother, John Robinson. You know what I'm saying? Nah, we didn't go to the graveyard. But the graveyard up there is. They did a documentary called The Last Stop on the 4 Train.
Okay.
And it talks about all the musical influences that are buried there. Miles, Jackie McLean, Horace Silver, Billie Holiday.
Yeah, man.
There's a lot. And that was purposeful. A lot of the greats wanted to be buried with each other so they can quote unquote jam. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yo, can you imagine back then walking into this little crowded joint and seeing
Charlie Parker,
like
Billie Holiday,
little hole in the wall, right?
Miles Davis.
Can you imagine that? Can you imagine hearing 14-year-old Billie Holiday for the first time and no one ever sounding like that?
Nothing.
Like, nothing. No one ever
Even
sounded
Sassy.
like that.
Sassy didn't sound like that.
Right.
Sassy is Sarah Vaughan.
Right.
But no one even sounds. You know what I'm saying?
Can you imagine hearing that for the first time?
Yeah. I can't, because I would love to. Can you the explosion of that happened? But that happens in our genre too, though. We just don't curate it enough.
Right.
So, like, remember? I don't know if you remember this Black Lily in Philly.
Yeah. The Black Lily with Jazzy Fat Nasties,
Black Thought,
the Roots, Common,
Jill Scott,
yeah.
Most Def, Talib, Common Sense.
Yeah.
Going to those places all for $5, seeing all of them in the room ciphering.
Yo.
And then being part of that too, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's all, like I'm saying, everything 360s with this. That's why jazz is the, blues is the father.
Yeah.
The grandfather, rather, right? Grandfather.
Yeah.
And then we talking about the father of this is who, though? The father of hip hop is who?
James Brown, maybe?
Nah.
Herc?
Nah. Pigmeat
Martin?
Right.
Oh, okay. So
That ain't his.
That's rap, correct.
Right.
Paul himself, you're right. But then he was like the first MC, but then you also got Cap Calloway. Right? But then when you say the grandfather of, to me, is the legendary Gil Scott. Who I had the opportunity to meet in Washington Square Park.
That's crazy.
Skipping school one day going up there.
That's crazy.
And this is the time he was ravaged. But he was still who he was,
Yo, it's hard for me now. And I love Gil Scott Heron's music, man. But it's hard for me to listen now.
I can't read nothing. Viv, what's up, baby? I'm blind.
Says I love you, peace.
Love you too, Queen. It's my sister Viv. Damn. We appreciate y'all staying in tune with us too, like live.
Keep bouncing from 4 or 5 to 1.
But then it'll keep going in. They in tune. Yui, Yui, I'm heading back to Atlanta soon, G. We got a link.
Land of the weirdos.
We got a link.
He loves it.
No, man. Come on, man. Not that side of it, Yui. The other side, not your side, the other side, Yui. Chichi Man for dead. We forgot Shaka Khan and Rufus.
Yo, I used to be in love with Shaka Khan, dude.
Yeah,
Used to.
I be seeing them pictures.
Yo.
I still am, damn it.
I used to be in love with her, man.
Shaka is Shaka, boy.
I thought
Another Native American woman.
I thought she was from another planet, man.
Shaka, what Frankie Crocker used to
one of
call
the
her.
Black Panthers.
Right? Frankie Crocker used to call her lips and hips.
I used to think Shaka Khan was from another planet, bro.
She was a Black Panther too.
Yeah,
she
did the black
started
the programs.
The free lunch.
Yeah, in Chicago, she helped out. She helped out. Yeah, Shaka was influential. There's a lot of groups this music is all time portal stuff. It's great. It's live instrumentation, which is what's really. I think I'm gonna save that for the air, but how it's flip side, the gin was in rock music, right? Because it's sped up tempo, the BPMs, right? And that's why a lot of them rock groups was satanic. And
this is Deacon Strange.
now look at the so-called rap right now. It's all that. You know what I mean?
Though, It's
you know,
Sanzini, what's up?
This is kismet because I
You
just
remember
wrote your name
remember
here
what's my
on my
man that
list
got
of
it? They
shout-outs
said
to
got
give.
his
So
guitar tuned by the damn
this
devil.
is kismet.
Robert
that you're
Johnson.
calling.
Yes.
Yeah.
And rock music came from there.
Rock music came from the blues. You're right.
It might be just music, period.
It's
They
that
say
BPM.
Satan is the son,
The son of song.
Pig meat Markham.
Pig meat.
Pig meat.
That's your name. Pig meat Markham. But think about that. They had all them slang. They Howlin' Wolf, Muddy Wolf. They had like hip hop names. You know what I'm saying? Like
We came
Sanzini. What's the word, man?
We came from that, yo.
Yo, Zulu, link up with us, God. Son Zula.
What's the name
What
of
they
it?
talk
The
about,
Rise
man.
of Cell Block 9? Oh, I never heard of that. Never heard of that.
Yo, we might go.
Yeah.
You might see the gods pop up in Harlem today. You might see us anywhere today.
Definitely, please.
We might go to the law school.
Definitely, please do that.
Rest in peace to Law B. Know what I mean?
We've been having a great conversation here.
Allah B
off
is-
the air,
Allah
but
B is,
yeah,
man.
like, it's just funny when you
Another
say
one of the
this is
gods,
first
man.
hip hop album you look.
Straight
we
like
were
that,
just talking
man.
about like the father of this and like how far this goes back. So the conversation
Get some food.
a very long time.
Enjoy the sun. Sanzini, what's up, beloved? Yo, Zulu, share it to all your friends that's live,
Yeah.
God, so they can tap
Yeah.
in and tap in with the tap in and the tap in. And the other tap in with the other tap in. So we can tap in.
Jazz, what up, baby?
So we constantly be tapped in.
What's good, Jazz?
Right. This is before the parental advisory labels on.
What's up,
on
man?
albums.
Appreciate y'all staying in tune, staying on with us. Whether it's 20,000 or 2 of y'all, staying tuned in, man.
Yeah.
Word is bomb, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're doing the necessary duty.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
This is
Oh, yo,
a
and support
fact.
independent, whatever it is. Like, these big record companies and people, yeah, they good, you know what I mean? But if you see a brother selling the shirt, hats,
Definitely
whatever,
will do.
support independence, music, whatever we doing, you know what I'm saying? Jazz, what's up, G? Yo, again,
Jazz, where you been at, man?
The J next.
Miss Pat.
Yeah.
thoughts become things, God. The Arrival, all on YouTube right now. We're gonna talk about the new album coming up, like real soon, yeah.
Okay, I'm writing it down now.
Oh yeah, see, they playing that joint. They playing them joints right there. They playing them joints right there. You gotta be a
Sure.
man. What? This was cookout music, right?
I'm sure.
You know what I mean? Peace, peace to man, woman, and child. Peace, Miss Pat. How you doing?
That's pretty wrong.
I know.
No, I know you're not. I know you're not. Like a lot of people, yeah, I can see that.
We up here, man.
I dreamed
Legendary,
about your daughter last night.
legendary Columbia
I
University,
can
man.
definitely see that.
You know what I mean? Like,
That's
we up here at
amazing.
legendary Columbia University.
Yeah.
That's where we at, yo. Legendary Columbia University.
Kai, what up, B?
89 Tech 9, God.
What's up, big cuz?
Peace, Lord.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, we here.
Some records. So I
Yeah.
still got Daddy Records.
We here, yo. Look at this, we here. It's no joke. Columbia University, man. Look where we at, man. It's just not a joke. No form or fashion of it, God. That's where we at. Fuck it.
And they're called.
Putting the
they're
work
called the
in.
South Myers.
Why not?
Oh, the Sapphires. Okay. Why does that sound so familiar?
You said this was stretching my beat, though, was that?
Yeah. 89 Tech 9. He knows. That's Kai?
89 Tech 9.
Who said that, Kai?
Nah. It's Kai, though.
Oh, yeah. 89 Tech 9, God.
It's a legendary
Okay.
spot right here. Stretching my beat, though.
Peace, Queen. Okay. You could put it in your eardrums while you running around. WKCR, www.wkcr.org on your phone and listen and tune in that way too. You know what I mean? That's how you do it.
Okay.
Hold up. We up here with Deacon Strange, man. Deacon he's a great emissary of this radio business. It's so important to not just put your music out and say thank you. You got to shake hands and kiss the babies. Make sure you come out and connect and network for your network, man. Like one of the iconic brothers in this music thing. Don't just think about Hot 97. WKCR.org.
I don't know if we can afford it all. Like, you're asking for
that's if they're on internet, but the station is 89 WKCR.
Paul, stay tuned. You know you got a shout out coming your way.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And you tap in that way.
Today?
Deacon Strange Show.
All right.
Got another half hour, so you can tap in right now. What you know about Coltrane? You know about Coltrane? You don't? Or you do? Peace, God. Appreciate you all the time, beloved.
Your way.
Appreciate you, G. I see you retweeting and adding on and doing your thing for me, man. I appreciate that, Lord.
Likewise, brother. Likewise.
Scientist to scientist, you know what I mean? Word is bomb. Heavy love on the phone.
A lot of love, man.
Yeah, a
lot of love. That's good, though, man. That's good. People were vibing on that conversation we had, man.
Wait till we get back on.
Yeah.
We're going to take it to the next level.
People were vibing on that, man.
Yeah, that was, that's a good build.
It's wild because you don't, and I know why, man. Because like terrestrial radio, like you could probably hear stuff like this on podcasts, but like terrestrial radio, man, people ain't talking like this, man. They, So for people who can still tune a dial and tune into a radio station, and hear what we're talking about, it's almost like a lost thing, man.
But that's why I said the importance of those sacrifices that you're doing, that you do for the culture, for yourself, outside of your family, coming here, taking time away from your family is much appreciated. You can just see a fraction of it from people calling in. Because it's a portal that's missing. Yeah. Right? You know what I'm saying? It's like dead air, like you said, dead air. Like when's the last time you put on the dial you had actual great intellectual property conversation, good builds, and then you're hearing great music, instrumentation. You know what I'm saying? Everything is programmed fast to make you speed up your death and shit, God. But we're here to change all that because this is 2023. This is God frequency all the time. Everything we do. This is like this shit. I ain't heard this shit.
Oh yeah, this is Brazilian.
Who made this over though? Somebody made this over too.
Nobody that I know of.
Who did this over?
This is a guy by the name of Jack Tennis. And the name of the song is called Jorge's Pina.
Jorge's Pina. Holy shit.
But Brazil got some joints too. My dream is to go record digging in Brazil.
Yeah, man.
They got shit that's...
You know who J. Rawls is?
Yeah.
Yeah, so, me and J. Rawls have an album, with the EP we did it called Valor. J. Rawls talked about going to Brazil and digging. He talked about that. He was like, yo, it's crazy down there.
Yo, they got shit there, man. I don't even... It would hurt me to go down there, man, because I know I would go through it. I know I would spend more than I probably should.
Hey, man, sometimes you gotta do that, though.
Yeah.
Why not?
On all them big butts, right?
Yo, big butts, records, that's two of my favorite things. You know what I'm saying?
Go hand in hand.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Big
one hand for the
records,
one hand for the...
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Get off the plane.
Roz, what's up, beloved? Roz Beats, what's going on, man? Roz Beats, my man.
WKCR.
He was on the Roz Beats album, right? What song was that? Was that Son?
This is a guy by the name of Jack Tennis. Yeah. And the name of the song is called
Roz, what's up? What we doing this year? We making more music?
Pina. Jorge's Pina by Jack Tennis.
Yo, Roz, we need to be... The sanctions are lifted, Roz. We need to be...
Jack Tennis.
Touring in Belgium right now. We need 3 shows in Denmark,
That's
Rob.
right. That's
Push
right.
the button,
Brazil
brother. Get us out there, man.
Stuff, man. They got some funk and soul.
Passport ready. Let's go. 3 shows.
It's up there. Oh, what's your name and where you calling from, brother?
I seen it too, Ross. I seen us in Belgium, yo, in Denmark.
We talked before, man.
I seen us in Denmark, Ross. We need to be out there, yo.
You got a shout out coming your way, brother. Yo, stay tuned, man. Keep it locked.
We're about to go back on a couple minutes, y'all. Appreciate y'all staying with us and rocking with us and shit, God.
He was like, yo, who was that, man? I was like, oh, this Jack Tennis.
It's a nice rhythm.
Yeah.
Washing the Heights vibe right here. Like, Washington Heights probably cracking today, yo.
With this weather.
Probably jumping up there today.
Sundresses.
Woo-wee. Washington Heights probably going nuts.
I used to live there a couple
Polo
years ago,
grounds.
man. Yo.
Yeah. I haven't been up there in a while, though.
I lived there for about 4 years, man. It was
out of control. You ain't gotta do nothing. Sit on the stoop. Come out your door. I shot a video of, speaking of Roz Beach, we shot a video called Free Will in Washington Heights. It was cold as hell out there that day, but it was still insane, you know what I'm saying?
I had to move out of there. There was too many mice in my building.
Yeah, you gotta go.
The mice and the rats up there is a little bit problematic.
Mm-hmm. Yo, so the record, I guess we could talk a little bit more about the record I'm about to do. Or just, ask me whatever, and I'm ready.
All right.
So take it whatever direction you want to take it, and then we do whatever.
We might be, not yet. I was going to say we might be coming up on a break, but not yet.
This is so important that you do this, man. Hey, baby girl, you know Uncle proud of you. Love you. Where you at? You home? Go show your sister. Go show your auntie. Go show Auntie Kim and mommy. You know your uncle love you. Yo, you know, if y'all seen the new video, Thoughts Become Things, or The Arrival, let me know in the comment below, you know what I'm saying? Let me know what y'all think about it. New project is on the way. It's on the way. June 7th, we're dropping it. Maroons. Yeah. Coming. That's with a Z, Zigzag. Original Angel Clan shit. So make sure you tap in, man, and stay. We having a good build. We having a good build right here, right now with my brother Deacon. And not just today, but every Saturday that you can tap into this for good music, man. I promise you can turn it to 89.9, or you could just go to WKCR.org and just leave it on and do whatever you're doing, and he gonna have the music right. You ain't gotta worry about turning the music down because they talking some crazy shit on the radio, or you got your babies in the back seat. Just turn this up and ride, man. Clean up, do what you're doing. See that? People calling in right now. They want to hear. They want to talk. They want to talk. I'm hungry. You going to Harlem eat? Ain't a fish sandwich for real, man.
It's not a water fountain or something over there? Some water? I see it's coffee and shit out there, but
I think there is one by the bathroom. I think there is one by the bathroom. I'm not sure though.
Yo, what up,
KCR? This is Deacon Strange on the mix.
Appreciate you, yo. You know what I mean? Appreciate you, Lord. That border probably tastes like Bartholomew. Yeah, so the importance of that, man. I'm in two worlds right now, but like look at the legendary 89 Tech 9, Columbia University, man. Look where we at, man. Look, live on the radio. Do you see that anymore?
Gilly D
answering the phones.
Okay.
Taking requests. They calling up, saying all types of, giving all types of love. You know what I'm saying? And it's important, man. This is the work of the independent artist that you gotta do. You never know where you touching. You know what I'm saying? Like you never know where.
Where is that? It's here in New York. Glen Cove, New York.
Oh, Glen Cove. Shout out Glen Cove. I did a show up there. Long time ago.
Okay. Thank you.
Just doing it, man. Stay tuned with us, yo. Don't zonk out. We got more great talk to give. You know what I'm saying? Like.
Okay. Yeah. Of course. Kiss, of course. Kiss FM, WBLS, all of those. Frankie Crocker, the greats. My fathers. Oh my God! Yeah.
You are now in tune with the one and only
Deacon Strange.
Of course. Listen, stay tuned. You got a shout out coming your way. So I got you as Cutmaster Gilly D from Glen Cove, right?
Glen Cove. Wow.
Oh my God, Mr. Magic. You still have those tapes? Yeah.
Yo, you got any questions about the project? Any questions about what's going on?
Oh my God.
My baby. Tell her Uncle love her. Uncle love you, baby.
Okay. Oh,
What you got, Rick?
But I like the old school.
That water's from the 20s.
60 one, right?
Holy shit, I need some.
Spacey, of course. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
I'm good.
Oh yeah. Of course. So I'm here not next Saturday, but the following Saturday. So I rotate between myself and I am Kevin. So not this coming Saturday, but the following Saturday. We are on from 12 to 2 p.m. Yep, and you can hit me on Instagram at Strange Deacon.
I felt great.
Oh, got it.
So glad I made the decision to come up. Because I was
No
definitely
doubt,
in the
no
world.
doubt.
Oh, let me not talk too much.
All right, stay tuned. You got a shout out coming your way.
My nieces is on here. Love my nieces. Peace to everybody joining in, coming in. You know what I'm saying?
No, I did not.
Huh?
On
You bust a shot?
on 98.7. Hot 97. Yeah.
89 Tech 9, yo. Look at that. Now people calling up in here though, saying they love.
Yeah,
I guess what we were talking about with people like, yo.
I thought you said 101.9. I thought you were talking about CD 101. No, 105.9 was WB. Yeah. Of course. That's right. When Africa Islam was rocking the jam. Oh shit, this phone, this damn phone. Sorry about that, the phone cable came out. Are you still there?
Yo.
Yeah, when Africa Islam was rocking the jam, on the other side of town was a Kid named Flash. Yeah.
Patterson and Millbrook projects.
Yeah, we're students of this.
Of course. Like this is the era that like me and my brothers were coming up in. So like that's all we had was the radio. So we was
I never even like
all over it.
attention
We was
to
all
like,
over it. You know, it's not like now. You know, that was when
Me?
the radio was literally all you had.
Oh yeah, the teacher was drunk. We didn't know what it was at the time though.
Cypress
Boys.
See, we went to. So I'm a Brooklyn kid. So we went to
Think
Empire
about
Road.
like all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like all that shit was influential to we know it was good though. It was what's supposed to be said, you know.
That's crazy. That's crazy. 47. Yeah. So yeah. Right about that era. Right about that time.
Yo, you know, one of the important things about this era of music and just what we have right now is like the ability to touch people at any given time. And
No,
a couple of y'all on here,
but
but I appreciate y'all totally.
The
You know
key
what I'm
stuff,
saying?
of
Like,
course. Yeah, but I wouldn't say.
totally appreciate y'all. Y'all could be doing anything else y'all in the world right now. Y'all tuned in and shit. So that's dope. You know what I mean?
Wow. That's right. That's right.
Yeah, Allah. We still
All right,
up
Gilly
here.
D, I'm getting back to spinning these
Hi.
records. You got a shout out coming your way.
We still up here, God. You know?
We trying. We're trying. Likewise. Alright. Thanks. Yo, this chick used to be a DJ by the name of Cutmaster Gilly D. She's blind now. She lives in a nursing home. But she said, like, she taught herself how to use, like, DJ equipment, SP1200, taught herself how to roller skate and stuff like that. So she was vibing on our conversation, and she was like, yo, I'm calling.
Shout out her, yo. We gotta shout her out, yo.
Yo, people are feeling it, man.
Yeah, man. You know, that's just a good. You could tell it's natural chemistry. It's not GMO talk. You know what I mean? This is organic. Even before the word organic meant something, it's just good build. We just happen to have a platform right here to talk about it. Cause this would be the same conversation we'd be having in the park or in Brooklyn somewhere.
I think we're coming up on a break.
I'm ready, yo.
We might run over time depending on if the blues guy comes in. We may run over time, but you know, people are feeling it, man.
Thanks, Lord. Appreciate it.
A lot of shout outs.
Back on the Blood Clot Radio. Tune the bum
Where you
around.
get them shout outs from? Online?
Online, and the people who've been calling in. You feeling it, man? This is it's good.
We appreciate it. That means, you know, people, because people, you know, Saturday is beautiful. You could be doing anything.
You could be doing anything, man.
Tuned in with us. You know what I'm saying? I don't take none of that shit for granted. Zero.
Alright, we're about to take a break.
No one does it like Deacon Strange. No one. So keep it locked as he funks your ears up.
WKCR-FM 89.9 on the dial and WKCR.org on the World Wide Web. Check us out, WKCR HD, where we broadcast a high definition of funk and soul. It's your man Deacon Strange in the mix, in the house, and I got special fam here with me. Your microphones are on and up.
Yeah.
A lot of people have been calling in and hitting me on the Instagram to say how much they appreciate today's show and our conversation, man. So that put more than a battery in my back, man.
Appreciate the people, man. Without the people, nothing goes. If we understand that science through politics, music, everything, and unify on that.
Now, I know you got a tremendous catalog of music that you've been doing in hip-hop. We've talked about funk and soul. We talked about how deep a jazz head you are. But now tell me about your catalog and what you're working on, your projects, what you have available for people to go out there and check out.
So, I go from then to now, but just naming. I got over 17 different releases, 17 different EPs and albums. You can check it on Spotify or any of your streaming platforms. You can check it out. Bandcamp, yeah.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? Just whatever. Just check, put in Eloh Kush and you can get everything. But my main real estate is elohkush.com, and you can buy directly to support the newest release I'm working on right now. Well, it's done. Is June 7th. We're releasing an EP entitled Maroons.
Okay.
My Angels Inc. brother, Jabatan. We did an EP real quick, and the importance of that is that it goes deeper than what anybody listening or even hearing can encompass, but it's like 360 on something that's very important. But the title, like, it ties in back into the titles and the covers of what we were talking about.
Right.
Because it's like the Blast Master said, he called it edutainment. You know what I mean?
Right.
So we are students of that. You know what I mean? So yes, we're going to educate you and entertain you at the same time. So even if it's just the name, Maroons,
right,
you have to look that up and say, what is that? What are they talking about? Why are they talking about that?
And it's I'm glad you mentioned that, man, because this music we're playing, man, it not only gave us the roots of everything, right? It not only served as my roots, but it informed whole generations of great hip hop artists.
Absolutely.
that came as a result of sampling the music, doing the same thing that I did, just digging through my parents' crates.
Right.
But, just taking it much, much farther and elevating the music to a whole nother genre, but always back to these roots. And so one of the things that I love the most is, finding a song and hearing it, and then hearing the sample that I'm like, that's
where it came from.
So-and-so's sample, So this music serves for me like on many levels, really, but two levels first and foremost. Just, it's the music that I grew up with, but so much of it is undiscovered. There's so much of this music that I have not heard, right? There's more music that I haven't heard than I have heard. So it serves as this platform of not only being like our creative foundation, but when I listen to like my favorite hip hop albums and I hear those samples and I hear those hooks, I'm like, wow, yeah, this is really
absolutely,
it's 360 for real.
The crazy thing is too, what we was building on the way up here.
We were having a build about what's the name of it? 24 Karat.
Drake and Pusha T beef, right? So Pusha T has a song called Infrared, and if you listen to the beat, Kanye did it, but it's a 24 karat black sample. And then we went into how much they got, raped and pillaged without getting paid for a lot of samples that they took from them.
So, for those who may not know, the group 24 Karat Black, the name of the album that they put out was called Ghetto's Misfortunes.
Yes.
Misfortunes.
Very sample heavy classic. Rakim famously sampled it. A lot of people in the ghetto. But yeah, 24 Karat Black, and Numero, the record label Numero, did like a really extensive deep dive, and they actually, and I hope I'm getting this story right, but I think they managed to go into a basement that had been flooded for decades and stuff had been long destroyed or long thought to have been destroyed, and they found some reels of 24 Karat Black music, and they found enough to put out a second album.
Wow.
So 24 Karat Black has Ghetto's Misfortunes Wealth, and they have the second album, which I can't remember the name of right now, but the Numero Group, the record label, the Numero Group, put that album out. So it's amazing that these things that we're talking about all kind of circle back to this funk and soul that gave us roots, that gave us the battery in our back. But yeah, the 24 Karat Black, that album is
Kanye killed them.
I'm sure. It's I would love to be able to, as they say, give people their shine now and give people their flowers when they're alive.
Right.
Because groups like that, and it's not just the 24 Karat Black, it's a lot of groups that were largely unheard of, largely undiscovered, that if you go back and listen to now, it rivals some of the greatest stuff that, the greats put out, like the Stevie Wonders, the Isley Brothers, the the Al Greens, when those guys were putting out tremendous music and being loved the world over, and rightfully so, there were some groups that kind of flew under the radar that a lot of people just never heard of, never knew of. They may have pressed 10 albums.
Right.
They may have had a very limited run,
but they had it.
They had it.
Nice.
But
and rivaled some of the great stuff.
However, that all translates into now knowing that's why we all forget that. Well, not all, but some of us forget this is called the music business.
Yes.
So if your business acumen is in trash, you have to, publishing is ultra important.
Publishing is everything.
Point system, royalties, all that.
Yeah.
But back then, when you're not knowing, you're standing on the corner, somebody pulls up,
right,
$60,000.
Yeah, sign this contract, $60,000.
And you're gonna tour.
Car, right.
Your records on the radio. You're famous, but you're also sleeping on your mom's floor.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But just I always strive to tell myself and other independent artists, make sure your business is correct. And if if you can, this is the age of information. So there's not really you have a satellite in your hand 24/7. Yeah. Look up what RPO is good for you. You know what I'm saying?
And I'm gonna bring it around 360 again. Going back to Tina Turner when she, was able to finally get up out of the hell that she was going through. A lot of people thought that her career was over. They thought she would never do anything outside of Ike Turner. And we talked about how much of a musical genius Ike Turner was. And I think just the assumption was that, she just wouldn't go on to do anything. And of course, like a phoenix, she rose and
Shaka Khan had the same signs with Rufus.
Yes.
They thought, Rufus thought, it was internally. Yeah, I mean, sometimes you're just like you're the source of everything, right?
Yeah.
And you can't help to shine the way you shine.
Yeah.
But Rufus, he tried to condemn her, try to package her into the side, and record labels wanted her for so long, because people think Shaka just sings, but she's great.
Musician.
She's a musician, right? Yeah.
Fantastic drummer and a musician all the way around the board.
We was building off air. Just Shaka, if you're listening. I was in love with Shaka Khan as a kid. To me, she looked like she was from another planet.
Shaka, this is Kush.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call you later.
We
Shaka.
love you.
Oh,
we love you.
I love you.
So you got the contact.
Yeah, Shaka, me and her,
Okay.
I'm into the older, that's me.
Yeah,
Me
I
and
understand.
Her and I, we got something we ain't even gonna talk about.
I understand. Yeah, say no more. Yeah. Yo, this, again, man, it's magical for me to be able to talk about these musicians and this era and the energy of it all and how, it connects so many of us. Just you and I have the same, very similar experiences. A lot of people that have been calling in, who I'm going to give a shout out to in a second, have been calling in with their stories and how this all connects us in just some phenomenal, almost cosmic way. You know what I'm saying? It's beyond anything that I can think of, and it's just, oftentimes I lose sight because it's just, I think of it as, damn, I'm just a kid with records. What do I know about anything? I just love this music. But
Vinyl's forever.
It's bigger than that, it's bigger than any of us because it connects all of us, man. And so, let me, and I'm gonna let y'all give some shout outs as well because we are definitely running out of time. Hopefully we could run a little bit over.
Right on time.
Let me give these shout outs real quick to everybody who's been calling and hitting me up on social media. Fred Ones, DJ Fred Ones from Gorilla Grooves.
Yo, Fred, it's Kush, beloved. What's up, comrade? I see you soon, comrade.
That's right. Fred Ones is one of the illest ones to ever do it, man.
It's my brother right
there.
there.
That's right. The Real Mike OG, The Busy Corner. Paul and Helen, one of my favorite couples, very long time listeners of the show. Paul and I were building on the phone earlier. So shouts out to them. Sarah, knee slapper from Brooklyn. What's up, mama? You always get a shout out.
Peace.
Robert from Bed-Stuy. I think I gave you the shout out already, but you get another one.
Do or die.
Kwame from the Bronx called in. We had a nice build on the phone.
Peace.
Justin Paulman. Studio chatter. Phoenix is me. The Busy Corner, Susie Sparkhill, King Don, 1353, Kyle from Elizabeth. What's up, my man? You know, shouts out
Jersey.
to you.
Jersey,
that's right. Man. Oh, very special shout out to DJ Cutmaster Gilly D. Yes, shouts out to you, mama. We had a very, very interesting build over the phone, and just one of those ones that
the phones are still
ringing now, man. It's crazy.
We love the convo.
We appreciate the love, man. Again, let them know, so they can find you everywhere. Your real estate is everywhere.
Main real estate. Again, this is Eloh Kush. You can find me everywhere in all your streaming platforms. Direct support is at elohkush.com. That's ELOHKUSH.com. You also can find Twitter, Instagram,
MySpace.
Yeah, if it's still up there somewhere.
Black Planet.
Yeah, whatever.
I see you're a busy dude.
Yo, whatever it's at, man, just put it in. And I do appreciate every listener. Sign up to my website. We give a free book away every month. Join the mailing list. You get a free book, PDF form, send you something out.
All right.
I'm also an author.
Okay.
I wrote a book entitled A Few Days in the County Maze, which has to do with the disruption of the school-to-prison pipeline from my experiences,
Okay.
Just check it out. But, yeah, again, everything is elohkush.com. You want to know, you want to check it out. Of course, YouTube, Google, videos is up. New video out right now.
What Cosmetics.
Yeah.
They're going to find you.
Yeah, new video out on YouTube right now called Thoughts Become Things. And The Arrival, plus a past catalog of all my music, my Angels Inc. family music. Make sure you check us out.
Shouts out to all of the listeners. If there's anybody I forgot, please bear with me, because the calls have been coming in.
Yeah.
The Instagram hits have been coming in. So if I forgot anyone, my sincerest apologies, because we do need to get back to this music. This is Across 110th Street. I am Deacon Strange, and this is the one and only Funk and Soul Rare Groove show in New York, doing it the way we do it. So much love and much appreciation to everyone. Yeah. So, y'all brothers, thank you for coming through.
Thank you, Deacon.
I wish we had
you already know
so much more time.
This is the perfect time.
A million things we can build on.
This was great. This is great. This is what we were supposed to be doing today.
So I'm gonna get into some more music here, and again, if I forgot you on the shout outs, I will hit you next show. I won't forget about you next time. It's just, I think we ran out of time.